Let me introduce you the dreamiest way to serve chicken breast for dinner. You are going to absolutely love it. First thing we're going to do is add some olive oil and some butter into a pan. And once the butter's melted, we're going to add some sliced seasoned chicken in and fry both sides until it's nice and golden and cooked right through the centre. Remove the chicken from the pan and then we're going to add in some bacon. And once the fat's rendered down and that's nice and crispy, we're going to add in some finely diced shallots along with some garlic. After that, we're going to create the sauce, and that starts with equal parts chicken stock and heavy cream. Just give that a stir and then we're going to add in some thyme and simmer that until it starts to thicken. After that, we're going to add in some freshly grated parmesan and finish with a very gentle squeeze of lemon juice just to cut through the richness of the sauce. And if you've managed not to drink that straight from the pan, we're going to add back in the chicken breast and then drizzle all over that gorgeous sauce. And there we have it, my creamy bacon chicken. It's all made in one pan, it's ridiculously easy to make and it's so delicious. Here I've just served with some green beans and some roast potatoes. You'll find the full recipe on my blog at Don't Go Bacon My Heart.
I'm not sure who the originator of this grinder sandwich is, but baby, you're a genius. Slice of red onion, soak it in cold water for about 5 minutes. Add your shredded iceberg lettuce, mayonnaise, red wine vinegar, sherry, submarine oil, pepperoni peppers, minced garlic, red pepper flakes, oregano, salt, and pepper. There is no exact measurements, just season to your liking. Go ahead and toss that slaw up. I'm using the Everything Submarine roll from Wegmans. Add your butter, cheese of your choice. I'm using cheddar cheese infused with jalapeno and cayenne pepper, provolone cheese. Protein of your choice. I'm using sandwich pepperoni, sandwich salami, oven roasted turkey, and prosciutto. Bake in the oven at 375 for 5 to 10 minutes. Take your salt, pepper, season that on top of your sliced tomatoes. Go ahead and add your slaw mixture on top. I also topped it off with some Parmesan cheese. This had to be the sub that Bill Cosby was going crazy for on The Cosby Show. Enjoy!
I had this box of phyllo dough that kept getting stuck in my freezer, like every time I opened it, and then I couldn't close it. So I decided to use it to make some stuff that I've never made before. So here I am crumbling it up and just stuffing it into this pan. Those pans are awesome, by the way. The brand is If You Care, and you don't need to oil them or anything. Nothing sticks to them. I did, like, let's say half a cup of olive oil and then like 6 cloves of minced garlic, about a teaspoon of salt, dried oregano, some lemon juice. Then I found some parsley in my fridge, so I threw that in there. That's garlic and onion powder that I made. It's actually very easy to do that. So I put that in too. And then I started to brush it all over the crumbled phyllo dough, and I really tried to get it in there. On second thought, I probably should have put some, I don't know, maybe at the bottom of the pan too. Needless to say, this was incredible.
This video went viral on my Instagram with almost 80,000 likes, and I think this is why. 1, you put uncooked pasta into the recipe, but I promise you it gets cooked in the oven. And 2, I think this pasta shape makes people go crazy. What do you think?
I'm gonna show you how to make some real good one-pan Mediterranean chicken. Let's get started. Grab your chicken of choice. I'm using bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. Drizzle some olive oil on there, add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste, and about a teaspoon of smoked paprika, dried oregano, and dried thyme. You're going to mix that up, set it aside, grab your baking dish, add to it some cut washed potatoes, some red and green peppers, and you're going to season this with a drizzle of olive oil, some more salt and pepper to taste. I added about a teaspoon here, and then a teaspoon of dried oregano and dried thyme. If you like a little bit of spice like I do, you can add half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, mix that all up, and grab half a cup of chicken stock, mix it with a little bit of tomato paste, add that on in there, nestle your chicken right on top, and bake at 375 for about an hour. At that point, once it's golden and beautiful, you're going to crumble some feta right on top of that, along with some fresh parsley, and there you have it. This is gorgeous and delicious.
I think I just found the best chocolate chip cookie recipe on the internet, and I am not being dramatic when I say that because I have tried so many over the years. The secret ingredient has to be the brown butter, but don't let that intimidate you. It's really just adding sticks of butter to a saucepan until it melts into this beautiful golden color. From there, it's just combining your wet ingredients with your dry ingredients. Oh, and I should probably mention where the recipe is from. Ambitious Kitchen, if you see this, your recipes are always 10 out of 10. But this one knocks it out of the ballpark. The hardest part is finding the patience to refrigerate this dough for 2 hours because look how perfect they come out. Adding Melton's flaky salt, of course, they look professionally baked with a homemade taste.
This is the best pasta I have ever made or eaten in my entire life. To make it, I seared a chicken breast with a little bit of salt and pepper for a few minutes before finishing it in the oven at 350 until it was done. At that point, I removed it from the pan and I deglazed the pan with a little bit of white wine. You could also use stock, added a little bit of red pepper flake, a tablespoon of butter, and some diced mushrooms. I just seasoned these with a little bit of salt and pepper and I let them saute for about 5 minutes before adding 5 large cloves of minced garlic. Let it saute for another few minutes before adding 1 large spoonful of tomato paste. Make sure to mix it up really well. Let it saute for another 5 or so minutes before adding about 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. I made sure the whipping cream and the tomato paste was well incorporated before adding a little bit of pesto, some Parmesan cheese, a little bit of pasta water, and once that bubbled, I added the chicken back in there along with my pasta of choice. This is honestly the best thing you will ever eat. It is so good.
Super easy. All you do is add cherry tomatoes, extra virgin olive oil, salt, and freshly cracked pepper to a baking dish and toss to combine. Then add a block of feta cheese to the center, drizzle with more olive oil, and crack some more fresh pepper over top. Then pop in a 400-degree oven for 35 minutes, and all you have to do is stir it all up. All those juices from the tomatoes come out, the feta becomes nice and creamy. Add some fresh garlic, some fresh basil, your pasta of choice. I chose orecchiette, and give it one last.
share with you this foolproof technique to making the most ridiculous potato wedges. After you've diced your baking potatoes into wedges, we're actually going to parboil them in some salted water. Then it's essential to let them steam dry to get out all that unwanted moisture. Then we're going to combine olive oil with paprika and garlic powder, thyme, cayenne pepper, salt and black pepper. Then once you've mixed your potatoes and all that goodness, we're going to gently toss through some freshly grated parmesan. This adds a boost of flavour and helps them crisp up too. Then space them out on a grease-proof baking tray and roast them, flipping halfway until they're deep golden and crunchy on the outside and nice and fluffy on the inside. And there you have these awesome homemade potato wedges. You'll find a full recipe with tons of tips up on the blog. Enjoy!